Gwe, hello. Delawisi Ashley Sheppard. Nin migama ag Ukrainska. Delewi Oktahomkuk Aknigewiki Naligich Honiechk. Hello, my name is Ashley Sheppard. I am a Mi'kmaq and Ukrainian scholar. I'm originally from Alberta and Newfoundland, and now I live in Nova Scotia in Antigonish with my partner and our 2 dogs. My learning and teaching philosophy is deeply rooted in relational accountability and community-driven inquiry. Throughout my educational journey, both in a classroom and outside of it, I have come to see that learning is not just about acquiring knowledge, it's about honoring our relationships with the land, our ancestors, and our communities. And it is through these relationships that we come to co-create our understandings of the world and our own place in it. In my professional life, I work as a manager of learning and knowledge solutions for the Canadian Centre for Diversity and Inclusion, where I lead our national youth education initiative, See Different.
Feels like everywhere we look, there's division among groups, whether it's on the news, whether it's on social media, whether it's in your classroom or in your workplace. But prejudice and hate are not innate. These are learned behaviors. And that means, luckily, that they can be unlearned.
One thing that really stuck with me there was talking about dimensions, talking about like your internal dimensions, like how you see yourself, how others see you, the way you present to others might be different from how you actually are.
Favorite thing and the concept that I always think back to the most would be intersectionality, and like knowing how gender, race may put up some barriers for some. And I think acknowledging and then advocating for these other people, it's very important, because in this way we can create a more inclusive environment for everyone.
My worldview has been shaped by my identity, my lived experiences, and so much more. I am an only child to 2 incredibly loving parents, a nurse with 4 siblings, and a musician with 6 siblings. I am a first-generation university student. I'm also a white-coated Indigenous woman, and until I was 15, I grew up away from my father's traditional lands and community. What that means for me is that I've had to navigate my own insecurities around not being Indigenous enough, and come to terms with the fact that my white skin comes with privileges that other Indigenous people do not have. I used to feel a lot of guilt when I thought about the fact that my ancestors, my family members, and even some of my Indigenous peers and colleagues have suffered in ways that I will never truly be able to understand. However, thanks to some incredible mentors and teachers, I've come to see that guilt does not serve me or my community. Oftentimes, guilt leads to disconnection and inaction, which is the exact opposite of what I want for my time on this earth. As a Mi'kmaq and Ukrainian scholar, as an individual still on my own journey of growth and transformation, and as an educator, I've come to understand that my work and my teaching is rooted in the principle that knowledge is co-created. Learning happens through meaningful interactions and is rooted in cultural contexts. As educators, I believe our responsibility is to create accessible and culturally relevant learning environments where learners can shape their own pathways to understanding. Thank you, Lilalin and Umsat Nogama, all my relations.